How does FIFA turn one tournament into billions every 4 years? And where does all that money actually go once the final whistle blows? Most fans watch the World Cup for goals and drama, but behind the scenes a massive financial system moves quietly across countries, organizations, and decisions. In this video we shall uncover how FIFA generates billions, how it distributes revenue, and why the system raises important questions about fairness and global impact. Stay until the end because the financial breakdown reveals hidden flows, surprising allocations, and lessons that connect football economics with personal money decisions that affect long-term thinking and real-world financial behavior clearly explained. Let's dive in. 1. The billion-dollar World Cup machine. Every 4 years the World Cup becomes more than a sporting event. It turns into one of the largest financial engines in global entertainment. Billions of viewers tune in, sponsors compete for visibility, and media companies fight for broadcasting rights across continents. Reports show FIFA generates between $7 to $13 billion in a single World Cup cycle depending on media deals and global expansion. But the important question is not how much money enters the system. The real question is how this money moves once it enters FIFA's structure. Most people assume the money sits in one place, but in reality it flows through multiple layers of spending, investment, and reinvestment. The tournament itself becomes a financial ecosystem rather than a simple event. Let's now discuss where actually FIFA money goes. 2. The cost of running a global tournament. Before a single match begins, a large portion of FIFA's revenue is already allocated to operational systems. Hosting a World Cup requires massive infrastructure, coordination, and global logistics, and the FIFA 2026 World Cup across USA, Canada, and Mexico takes this to an even larger scale than previous tournaments. With 48 teams instead of 32, the tournament expands the number of matches, venues, and operational complexity significantly. Stadium upgrades, transport systems across 3 countries, cross-border security networks, advanced VAR technology, and large international staff coordination all require massive funding. Even referees, analysts, broadcasting systems, and logistics teams across multiple time zones become part of this financial structure. This shows an important reality. A large share of World Cup money does not turn into profit, but instead goes directly into making a multi-country global event physically possible. Without this system, especially at the scale of FIFA 2026, the tournament simply cannot function. From a financial perspective, the World Cup behaves more like a global mega-infrastructure project rather than a single sporting competition. 3. Prize money and club payments. A direct portion of FIFA revenue goes to teams, players, and clubs, and this becomes even more significant in FIFA 2026, where prize pools are expected to increase due to expanded participation and higher global revenue projections. This includes participation rewards for qualifying teams, performance-based payouts depending on tournament progress, and compensation to clubs that release players for international duty during the World Cup window. For modern tournaments, total prize distribution can reach close to or beyond $1 billion, but even in 2026, this still represents only a fraction of total revenue generated by broadcasting rights and sponsorship deals. This creates a powerful financial debate. Players and teams generate the entertainment that fuels billions in revenue, yet distribution remains structured through federations, teams, and institutional systems rather than direct individual sharing. From FIFA's perspective, this system is designed to maintain competitive balance and ensure that even smaller football nations benefit indirectly from global football economics. But it also raises a deeper question in 2026 and beyond, whether global football rewards are truly proportional to value creation, or structured primarily to maintain system stability. 4. Football development and global reinvestment. One of the largest financial channels inside FIFA remains global football development, and with FIFA 2026, this focus becomes even more important due to expanded participation from more nations. A significant portion of revenue is redirected into programs aimed at growing football worldwide. These include youth academies, grassroots programs, women's football expansion, coaching education, and infrastructure development in emerging football regions. The 2026 cycle is expected to increase investment focus on developing federations, especially because more teams from different continents are participating, creating wider global demand for support systems. This creates a reinvestment cycle where World Cup revenue is used to strengthen future generations of players, coaches, and football structures. However, impact remains uneven. Countries with strong governance and sports infrastructure convert funding into long-term growth more effectively, while weaker systems struggle to fully utilize financial support. This creates a gap between FIFA's global development intention and real-world execution, shaping inequality in football progress worldwide. 5. FIFA administration and global operations. A large portion of FIFA's income also supports internal operations, and with FIFA 2026, administrative complexity increases significantly due to the multi-country hosting model. FIFA operates as a global institution with offices, legal teams, marketing departments, compliance systems, and event management structures spread across continents. Operational spending includes staff salaries, digital infrastructure, legal oversight, global broadcasting coordination, sponsorship management, and tournament planning across multiple host nations. From a financial perspective, FIFA behaves like a multinational corporation managing one of the world's largest recurring global events. This raises an important question. As FIFA grows in scale and complexity, especially in 2026, how much of revenue should go into administration versus direct football development? The balance between operational efficiency and global impact becomes a central financial debate. 6. Financial reserves and long-term control. FIFA also maintains large financial reserves to ensure stability across different World Cup cycles. These reserves act as a safety system for unexpected global disruptions, economic risks, or future tournament planning. Billions are stored to ensure FIFA can operate smoothly without depending on short-term income fluctuations. However, this also raises debate. Some experts argue that holding large reserves slows down immediate reinvestment into football development, while others see it as essential financial protection for global stability. This reflects a core financial principle seen in many global organizations, balancing security with active investment impact. 7. Host countries and indirect money flow. While FIFA controls core revenue, host countries carry massive indirect financial responsibility, and FIFA 2026 significantly amplifies this because 3 nations are sharing hosting duties. The United States, Canada, and Mexico will collectively invest heavily in stadium upgrades, transport systems, border coordination, airport expansion, security systems, and tourism infrastructure. In many cases, host nations spend far more than FIFA itself directly allocates within their regions. This creates a complex financial dynamic where FIFA earns from the event globally, while host countries absorb major upfront costs locally. The long-term success of this investment depends on post-tournament utilization of infrastructure, tourism growth, and economic return after 2026 ends. This leads to a key question: whether hosting the World Cup creates sustainable national growth or short-term financial pressure. 8. The psychology of money in global sports. Beyond financial numbers, FIFA's system also reflects deeper psychology. FIFA's financial system reflects how large organizations manage perception, fairness, and global expectations. Money in football is not just profit. It is an influence, development strategy, and long-term ecosystem control. Fans often focus only on players, goals, and matches, but behind the scenes, financial systems shape infrastructure, talent development, and global football direction. This creates a major gap between emotional viewing and financial reality, especially as tournaments become more global and commercial in 2026. Understanding this gap is essential to understanding modern sports economics at scale. 9. Actionable financial takeaways. Even though this analysis is based on FIFA, the financial principles apply directly to real life. Income alone does not build wealth. Systems determine outcomes. When money enters a system without structure, it spreads quickly without long-term control. The key lessons are clear. Financial flows must be structured. Long-term thinking matters more than short-term gain. And large systems always function through distribution rather than accumulation alone. These principles apply not only to global organizations like FIFA, but also to personal finance, business growth, and career planning. When we break down FIFA's financial system, especially with the scale of FIFA 2026, one thing becomes very clear. The billions generated every 4 years do not stay in one place. They move through a structured global system built around operations, development, administration, reserves, and international hosting responsibilities. But the deeper insight is not only where the money goes. It is how large systems manage, distribute, and control financial flows across multiple countries and stakeholders. In both football and real life, money is not just about earning. It is about structure, timing, and how effectively systems guide its movement over time. If this breakdown helped you understand global football economics in a new way, make sure to like this video, share it with someone interested in sports finance, and subscribe for more deep financial explanations like this.